Okay, in this video I'm going to show you what it looks like from the student perspective to log into ExamView. So I usually do this as a test run and show the students on the smartboard, but if you want, go ahead and you're going to open up ExamView Test Player. Okay, and every student will have this on their netbook. It's also installed on all of the computer labs in school. So for Test Player, the name, it doesn't really matter what they type in for name. What's important here is the ID. And if you remember when I did my classes, I did first initial, last name. So I'm going to go ahead and do R. Nixon. Just on a side note, when I show the students for each class, I will go ahead and put myself into every class. I just have to put the section number at the end, kind of differentiate between things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And again, once they hit next, they need to click on this folder and they need to come all the way down to the V drive. Now their V drive will look a little bit different. It will simply say ExamView V. Then once they click on ExamView V, they're going to have to find your name. So for example, when my students log in, it says ExamView V, they have to find R. Nixon in a list of teachers. And you'll probably have students in your class that have already done it before so they can show you. Also, if they say that there's an X next to the V drive and it's not online, have them restart their computer. It's probably just the fact that they had not turned it on here in class. So again, they find the V drive, they find you, and then they find whatever class. So I'm going to go to my sample class. I'm going to go ahead and hit select. Now this one shows up. If it shows up where it says no tests are available, chances are they typed in their ID wrong. So you're going to hit a screen that says back. Make sure their ID is typed correctly. But this is what it should look like. Practice quiz should be right there. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. When I do a test in my room or a quiz, I have everybody get to this screen before I give out the password. It allows me to get in a position where I can see all of their screens, where I know everybody's got what put away what they need to, and everybody's starting at the same time. So I always wait here, and pause and then give out the password. Now when we made this one the last time, my password was simply password. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in. And I always tell the kids, read the screen. It's going to give you the breakdown of your test. It's going to say this test, I want to keep and don't show. Okay, this test contains 5 questions. You'll take this test one time. You have 5 minutes to complete this test. Okay, so I always tell them a reminder about the start button, or the time rather. So I click start, and just to point a couple of things out. The nice part is it takes up the entire screen, so you can quickly look around the room and make sure that everybody is on task. Here is the timer up in the upper right hand corner. I point that out right away because if it gets to 0, it will shut off, period. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions. You can answer them by either clicking on the circle over here. You also can click over here, or you can simply type the letter as well. Okay, the nice part is because there's so little typing, it also gives you an audio cue that they're staying on task if they're clicking. Now to navigate through the test, they just can go use the over arrow. Clearly this is a practice test here. Okay, and I'm just answering it random here. So this is how they move through it. A couple of buttons to help them navigate. The go to button down here will bring up every question. It also will put a red dot next to something that is not answered, which I like because if there's 25 questions and they need to go back to question 2, they can use the go to button instead of clicking all the way through and click, 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 click over and over again. So there's my okay. So if I go to the next one, month that Valentine's Day is in February. Oh, Halloween, let's answer this one wrong, just because we can. And month that we're currently in is August. Okay, so when they're done, it's going to hit end. It will tell them if they've answered. It will also tell them if they're missing. So do you want to end the test? Yes. And if you remember, I selected percent score only, so it gives them their percentage. They do not have to do anything, and you do not have to do anything. It's automatically online. It's done. I'm going to show you how to retrieve the scores in the next video. So would I like to take another test online? In this case,